I'm just getting warmed up.
I'm dead!
Hello everybody, my name is Munkle. Today I've lined up a little soldier gameplay. Going to be using the original, the gunboats, and the notorious shovel. I'm not sure why, but there you go. I usually equip the market gardener with this loadout, but something urged me to use this bait. Anyway, so basically I'm going to be talking about some of the objectives when I'm playing Badwater, and specifically using the gunboats, which is one of the coolest classes in TF2. It's one of the most fun things, especially when you can really capture the essence of what it is to be a roaming soldier and jump around and shoot shit. So there are a lot of key points of playing a roaming soldier. It's not something necessarily you should keep a mental list of, but it's something that you should be wary of when you're playing, and once you get more accomplished and more experienced with playing the soldier, these are the sort of things that just fall into your muscle memory. Now the first thing I'm going to be talking about is your positioning. Positioning is really crucial to do, to dish out a lot of damage and keep yourself surviving. So on this map specifically, I love to use the high ground. The high ground is always a really excellent way to stay alive, and also it's the easiest way to deal a lot of output damage. Generally speaking, keeping to the high ground is always really important when you're playing soldier. Not only is it easier to get kills, but it's a lot safer because the enemy really has to expose themselves in order to kill you. For example, that scout there, he got distracted with me, he really wanted to gun me down, and that allowed for my NG buddy to kill him almost immediately. So high ground is really important, and another key point to playing the roaming soldier, which pretty much ties into this, the first one, is of course rocket jumping. And you do this by jumping and crouching at the same time and shooting at your feet, which is something I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with. Most of what I would be saying wouldn't make sense if you were at the level where you didn't understand what jumping was. So rocket jumping, really important. It's used to put yourself in the best positions possible. Here I rocket jump onto this rock. I know that there's not much they can do about me, and I can just rain down hell where I am. And of course I get a pick and then I jump out of there immediately. When you're rocket jumping, you want to think about what is it you're actually doing and why are you doing it. Sometimes you're rolling out because you want to get to the middle of the map as quick as possible and shoot as many people. And sometimes it's a getaway, like here I'm just, I got my medic healing me, so the damage isn't going to do, it's not going to be that much of a hindrance. So jumping is important for escaping, and it's important for getting key picks and stuff and staying alive. And it's really awesome. I had this medic here. I get a huge frenzy of people with the crits. I always get really nervous when someone pops the crits on me. It's something I'm just not, I don't know, it's not something that I'm used to really being pocketed. But I do quite well there, but it's something I should mention that I'm not very good at. And another thing is, with Pocket Soldier, you don't always have to rely on medics. You should be able to freely move around without having to have a medic with you. You should be able to survive and get your own health packs. And one of the best loadouts to use with the roaming soldier is the black box. And for that same reason, that 15 added health every time you deal damage is going to be huge. So, but for this particular gameplay, having the medic on our team, the original was fine. So you guys probably know that I've used the rocket launcher almost exclusively. There was never really any other rocket launcher for me, but for some reason I've just sort of panned over to the original. I just feel like it's so much easier to use, and of course you can rocket jump easier on both sides because the rocket comes out of the right hand side on the rocket launcher. It means it's easier to rocket jump if you're right-handed, if you're always going to the right, but that means it's kind of difficult if you're going to be doing it on the left, so it means it's kind of more versatile. And yeah, so specifically rocket jumping and positioning with this map, there's two main places you want to be when you're defending, and that is up the stairs and up yeah, just basically the right side. There's a little health pack there. Get headshot, unfortunately, ending my life. but there's a big ammo box and a health pack there that's going to keep you stable and keep you put. You're going to have everything you need to stay alive. And the other thing is there's a little horseshoe sort of rock, and that's really great. We had some engineers there with some dispensers and sentries, and that's a good place to stock up on ammo and health. And it's also really good, you can rocket jump onto the top of the rock there, of the horseshoe, and that's a really awesome way to shoot down that left-hand lane. The only problem with this is you're really limiting yourself because you're going to be very vulnerable to a good sniper. Generally speaking, you don't really want to be getting sniped when you're the roaming soldier, because you want to be making small lanes and small passages between you and the enemy. You want to make it so that it's easy as possible to hit those rockets, and that you're not really exposing yourself too much, because then you're going to be dying to snipers, and that's not necessarily very good. So here, just another crits pop. I'm just seeing what I can do, just shooting down there. Heading back because I saw this spy, take him out with ease, get some ammo. And roaming soldier, it's an amazing class for restocking because you're always going to be rocket jumping back to your teammates, and you always it'll always be good in that respect. The only issue with it is, of course, with the shotgun, you can do more damage output more frequently, and then of course you're going to be running out of ammo less often. But with the original, I find that I'm always running out of ammo, and that's really annoying if you find yourself in a very sticky situation and you need a few rockets to get yourself out of there. Yeah, so basically keep stock of all your stuff. That's another key point that's really important. So basically that's all I need to cover. The other stuff is basically more experience and just watching good players, and that's something that I've been doing a lot quite recently. There's a number of different players I've been watching, one of which is Tagarung. He is a roaming soldier who plays in HRG, which is they're not a clan, they're a team. They play competitive and they're really cool. He has a really awesome YouTube channel and he's an awesome player, so go check him out. And yeah, I don't know what it is about watching good people, but it always inspires me to play more. And when I find like, oh, TF2 is such a boring game, there's not much for me to do, and it gets sort of plain and boring and you're regurgitating the same stuff, it's really good to watch other people play it. It gives you newer insight and strategies, and it also can show you a few classes that you didn't really feel like playing. For example, recently I've watched a few sniper stuff on YouTube and I was like, hey, well, I should give this a go. It's something that I've never really put effort into. It's actually one of the first classes I did start with, but of course at that point I was a noob, and I only did it because I liked the concept of sniping people and getting headshots and shit. Yeah, so sniping's been one of those things where I felt like getting back into it. Awesome moment here, this medic completely saving me from clearing up the cart. I thought that was really cool, and just lucky. All the damage that they hit me with was almost like a wave. It pushed me into the health pack, giving me just enough health to get back to my team. So yeah, more lucky crits. I get these a lot throughout the game. Interesting little fact, if you didn't already know, the more damage output you do frequently, the more the higher the percentage is of you getting random crits. So you'll often see really good players getting crits often because they're just doing well without dying. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, I've started playing a bit of Sniper, which is also a really fun class to play, and it's extremely satisfying. It's completely enraging when you're bad at it and you're just missing all the shots, but once you get a bit more accomplished and you can actually shoot people, it's so fun. Like, it's such a satisfying moment when you get that headshot or that guy who's jumping through the air and you completely obliterate him right between the eyeballs. So in that respect, sniping's really fun. Also, for all the pyromaniacs out there, pyro is a really fun class. Something I've been doing more because of my unusual that I unboxed, which was really exciting. Also, another little announcement, I forgot to say this before, but I got all my items back that had been stolen by the hacker, which is a huge sigh of relief, and yeah. So anyway, I got quite a bit off topic there. One of the things I was going to talk about is what it is to be a good player, and being a good player is hitting all those shots. It's something where when you're watching someone like Banny, who's one of the most amazing demo man in the entire game, he has such a fluidity about him. Like, it's all within his muscle memory. He doesn't have to think about it. He's just really good at shooting pipes and stickies and trapping doorways, and it's just already inbuilt into his system, so it's nothing he has to think about. The things he does think about and the things he channels all his concentration into is trying to kill people, of course, and also shouting out to his team where people are and all those different things, which is something I've never really been a part of because I am a pub player. I never play competitive. Played a few pugs, but apart from that, it's not something I really delve into. I've probably said this before, but I would like to try a little bit of competitive, and I could possibly update and sort of upload my progress on this channel. That would be a really cool way. And yeah, this is a funny moment here. Getting a critical hit probably would have been able to take him out anyway. I jumped down here to finish off that sniper, unfortunately getting the tail end of the Karma there. And that is something you do have to deal with a lot in TF2. It has a very unpredictable nature. There's so many classes, there's so many different maps. I mean, there's a lot to take in. There's lots of data you have to know in order to be a good Team Fortress 2 player. And it was interesting. I was speaking to some of my friends who just started the game. Some of my YouTube videos had inspired them to give it a crack. And they were saying, oh, it's just stupid. You're just running in there and shooting and left-clicking. It's a classic. You know, people have this FPS syndrome that you just run in and shoot, and there's nothing really to it. And that can be the point with TF2. I mean, when you first start, you have this sense of innocence, and it's just so overwhelming, and you're just like, what's going on? But as you play the game more and you begin to understand the mechanics and how other people think and how the game works, and that's when you can actually really treasure every moment and have a good time. Like, for example, that time when you're playing with your friends and you're dominating a friend and you get that mid-air headshot, or you get a bunch of air shots, or just little things like that. That's always reminding you what you like about gaming. So if you could put a comment in the comments section saying what you like about gaming, or specifically the moments that you cherish when you're playing Team Fortress 2. And thank you all for watching. Hope you've appreciated the gameplay. Just a classic game on Badwater. One of the best maps in Team Fortress 2, I might add. There's lots of fun to be had here. And if you don't play the Roaming Soldier, give it a go. I really recommend it. It tackles a lot of key aspects to playing the game, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See ya.